All right, let's see. There we go. We should be live, I think. Sup, ladies and gentlemen, Ackle here. Welcome back to each one of you. And of course, if this is your first time watching this over on YouTube, remember to click the link in the description down below, because as you'll see while watching this, it's always better when it's live. 100%, no fucking holds barred, always better when it is live. Guaranteed. Anyways, it is Friday. It is Friday the 1st of April. So happy April Fools, everyone. And yeah, we are live. We're not going to be here for a long time, but we are going to be here for a good time. I have some family obligations to take care of today. So, you know, the disco option. How you doing, brother? How you doing? I couldn't not stream today. There's so much that we have to discuss. So much that we have to go through. That if I left it for Monday, that would just not work. It would just not play out the way that I would want it to. The disco option, happy weekend to you, brother. Happy weekend. Happy weekend, of course, to everyone. I hope that your weekend is going to be glorious, amazing, fantastic, and all of those things. And if it's none of those things, then you need better games. Because weekends are always great if you have the right games. Yeah. Oh, my God. So fucking thirsty. So thirsty. Oh, yeah? Gaming weekend time? Oh, what game are you playing this weekend, Disco Option? Have you decided on a game yet, or are you gonna see where the weekend takes you? MK15, how you doing, brother? How you doing? CDJ, you bastard, how you doing, brother? Very happy to have everyone filter in. Dude, this weekend I need to clean. I have family here, so I have to fucking do family shit. But in between that, I do have to clean. Like, my desk is dirty. Just dust everywhere. I haven't cleaned in like 2 weeks. It's getting rough now. Drenaman, how you doing, brother? So we make this a habit now. Stream once I'm home. But Drenaman, this is literally when I've been streaming at this time for, what is it now? 2 weeks, 3 weeks almost. The big white, how you doing, King Julian? How you doing, bro? It's official. We have a release date for 6/1. I have heard. Yes. You should see my desk. It's pure ADHD. Dude, I can't live like this. Like, I can do this for a short while, and then things need to be cleaned up. So this weekend is going to be fucking cleaning day for me. Yeah, but like the moment I sit at my desk, notification pops. Dude, I like that. What happened to my sub? What the fuck? Big one? I don't know. I didn't take it. If I took it, there'd be hookers now. So I clearly didn't take that sub. Nico Spider, how you doing? Like, I would be tits deep, bro, in hookers and coke if I took your sub. Wizzy, how you doing, brother? Too bored, how you doing? Very happy to see everyone filtering in on this Friday afternoon / evening / wherever the fuck you are in the world. We have some really interesting stuff that we have to go through. You going to play more FF14 today? No, because I don't have time. Yesterday I couldn't stream because family came in and they want to do stuff again tonight. So we're going to be live probably for like 2 hours, maybe. Just discuss some stuff, hang out a little bit, and then I'm off again. God damn, the live later is awesome. Stop talking about it. I can't watch it. So I don't want to hear about it. I don't give a fuck what is in 6.1. You guys can all go suck your dicks. As far as I'm concerned, there is no 6.1. There is only Stormblood. So, I think the non-spoiler trailer on your Discord, by the way. What do you mean non-spoiler trailer? What do you mean non-spoiler trailer? D-Zach, how you doing, brother? There's a spoiler trailer and a non-spoiler trailer. I'll watch it. We'll give it a watch. Looking forward to Redacted Storyline and 6.1. Dude, I'm looking forward to getting to 6.1 one day. We'll likely be able to like return to normal. I think I've sorted out most of my issues now. You know, we had the electricity issues. We've got a generator now, so fuck electricity issues. We had internet issues. I think I've sorted those now. I found a new way to stream, and right now that seems to be going well. Using a program called Restream, which is actually designed for you to be able to stream to like Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and all, you know, every single fucking platform at the same time. But I just use it to stream to Twitch. So I stream to the Restream servers, and then they pass it on to the other fucking platforms. So hopefully that works. Hopefully. It seemed to work yesterday while I was testing it. Like, I let the test stream run for almost 2 hours. And in that 2 hours, there was no issues, no jumps, no lag, no nothing, no lost packets. So hopefully it is fixed now, and we can stream like this instead of waiting for whenever the fuck they decide to fix the proxy server here in South Africa. And then, of course, family is not going to stay forever. They leave on Sunday again, which is why I'm sort of like, I have to fucking move out, go out with them and hang out and shit. I figured out the perfect way to play WoW. You mean not to play WoW? Zukimi, how you doing? The only perfect way to play WoW is to actually not even log in. Time to move to YouTube soon? Personally, I wouldn't have a problem moving over to YouTube. The Big White, you bastard. Thanks for seeing what's up, dude. Really appreciate that. 2 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Play a month beginning and level up to max. 2, watch cinematics. I can get behind that, Ben Franklin. I can get behind that. Personally, I think the best way to play WoW is to not play at all. We'll go through it today. I have a couple of topics planned for today, and one of them is, what does World of Warcraft have to do to get me to play it again? But I would prefer to slowly but surely move away from WoW. Start covering other content, other topics, other games, things like that. I'm a little bit fed up with WoW at this point. Like, after everything that's happened, I think I'm just about ready to say goodbye to World of Warcraft. I don't know how long you can beat a dead horse for before, you know, everyone just sort of loses interest in it. WoW sucks. It's got so toxic, really bad from what I've seen. Dude, Rorio, how you doing, brother? From what I've seen with World of Warcraft, it's like, you go on Warcraft Twitter, you go on Warcraft forums, you go on Warcraft Reddit. There is just, it's disgusting the way that they treat each other, but also the way they treat anyone that says anything wrong about World of Warcraft. Like, you say, even, like, you just raise your voice and say, oh, I'm not entirely sure if I like this thing, and you get fucking wrecked. Hey man, saw you online after live later finished. Thundorian, how you doing, brother? Hope you're having a great time. I saw your SB opening video yesterday, and I love your enthusiasm of the worthiness of the story and the pacing. Many look over that, but you noticed. Proud of you. Thank you very much. Really appreciate that. Preach is considering it's his last casting of Race to World First 2. What if Tempono really kills it, though, Akko? I don't know if I'll be back. Because, like I said, there's a couple of things that World of Warcraft would have to do in order to convince me to spend my time in that game again. And I'm not going to lie. Right now, I'm finding most of the MMO fun that I would want to find in Final Fantasy XIV. There's so many other MMOs that I still want to play. You know, I really want to give Guild Wars 2 a go. I really want to play Star Wars The Old Republic. So there's so many MMOs out there that I haven't even played yet. That I don't see why I would have to go back and play WoW. In X, how you doing? I come to this channel so you can answer me. Where the fuck is Nathanos? Who knows? Who knows? Expansion? Do we really need to buy another one? At this point, the only way I think Blizzard could absolutely guarantee that I come back is if the next expansion was absolutely free. I don't mean drop the subscription price. I mean, give people the expansion for free. You can keep the subscription price, no problem. But after the shit that they pulled with Shadowlands, I think the player base deserves a free expansion. I mean, look, I know that's not going to happen. I know that's me high on fucking copium thinking that will ever happen. But it's what I would have done. Cypria, how you doing? Nathanos will creep in there at some point. I mean, they totally forgot about Khadgar wherever he ran off to. The thing that you have to say about World of Warcraft storytelling at this point is that they don't even know. Pay 50 euros to play 1 month and hope for gameplay for 2 years? Yeah, I'm right there with you. Like I said, we're going to get into it. There is a topic planned for specifically this. What does WoW need to do in order to get me back? That is one of the topics that I want to cover. We've got the April Fool's joke from Blizzard for World of Warcraft. You know, their annual cringe joke post, which had its last good year, I think, 2015, 2016. Digitmark, you bastard. Thanks for doing something. Really appreciate that. 14 months in a row. Thank you. WoW story in a nutshell. I forgot. To even consider going back, they'd have to do a complete overhaul, and even then, I don't know if I would. Definitely need more in-game story lore. I mean, that is definitely one of the things. I will play WoW. The expansion is called The Apology. Dude, they're going to have to do something big, because I genuinely don't think even the announcement of the next WoW X-Pack is going to bring a lot of the player base back. You know, a lot of those players have now discovered other content. They've discovered other games. A lot of those people have now moved into Final Fantasy, which, you know, you're going to have a hard time pulling someone from Final Fantasy into World of Warcraft. Just going to be honest. Ukami, how you doing? Are they turning women into fruits for April 1st? Oh, wait. Inix. I feel like for a lot of people, like, I can only talk about my community, but consider the fact that my community are almost, up until 2 months ago, was pretty much 95% World of Warcraft veterans. Yeah, I think it's now started to shift, where we have a lot more people in streams and shit that don't, like, they've never played WoW, and they've never really given it a go. They have no idea what this what this game is all about. But for the most part, you know, my community is WoW centric, and just going off of the comments in my videos, the comments from you guys during chats and live streams and stuff, I can tell you now that the vast majority of World of Warcraft players, at least from my community, is done. Like, more than anything, I hear from people saying, I don't care what the next expansion is, I'm not coming back. You know? And it is almost always followed with, I've discovered X and I'm having a ton of fun. So some people will say, I've discovered Final Fantasy, having a ton of fun, no need for WoW. Or I've discovered Guild Wars 2, or I've discovered ESO, or I've discovered SWATer. There's always a game that people discovered that they went, well, I don't need to go back to WoW because I'm already having fun here. You know, and that's really why people play games. You know, people play games to have fun. So the second you find something else that is more fun than WoW, why would you return? You know, why would you go back? It's not like people have unlimited amount of hours in their day. Most people have enough time for really one MMO and the offshoot single player game when they have nothing to do in their MMO. So very few people are going to juggle 2 MMOs at the same time. But if it was a good game right now, sure, I'd play it. I forget many players like me who stopped in Mob WoD. Dundo, I'm not forgetting players. There's people that's obviously left throughout the years that never returns and will never return. But that's a whole different discussion. You know, that's not really conducive to the argument right now, because those are people that for whatever reason decided, even back in the day, that they have no interest in playing WoW anymore. Papa Shango, how you doing, brother? I agree there, but the expansion is at least 11 plus months away. Who knows how people would change their mindset by then? This will either succeed or flop completely, but the launch will be packed like every other expansion for sure. Sweets, how you doing? I left WoW, played FF14, left FF14, staying on Elden Ring. Drayden, thank you so much for the follow, really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you. Ferrotti, what the fuck did you do? What did you do? Why is the bot pissed off with you? Come on, bro. I've removed that. Don't worry about it. NX, the issue with, let's see how people will change. Once you've lost trust, it is very difficult to get it back. Think of the amount of content creators out there. Let's use like the best example of a content creator out there for this. Boogie2988. How many of you remember Boogie? Almost every single person that has ever been on the internet knows who Boogie2988 is. You've seen a video of him. You've like years ago, you may have seen him, something to that effect, right? Now, Boogie, yeah, was at one point an internet favorite. People loved him because he was kind and honest and funny, and he didn't really judge people. You know, he just sort of did his thing, and that was it. And then people started to realize, wait a second, Boogie isn't honest. Like, you know, Boogie got caught in a couple of lies. He got caught with, in a couple of scandals where he did things that he really shouldn't have done. And suddenly, most of his diehard viewers reach the point where they just go, yeah, maybe not. The dude now, he's got 4 million subscribers. He puts out videos and he gets like 50k views on his videos. Now, if that's not dead channel, I don't know what is. And no matter what he does, like, he's been trying to go back to like the gaming news that he used to do. He's been trying to do more Francis stuff. Like, he's been trying his hardest to get back to those days where people trusted him and loved him. But once that trust is lost, once people reach a point where they go, yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I can trust the words coming out of your mouth. You don't get that trust back. It's gone, right? And maybe, like, what a lot of people say is you take a large hiatus, you leave. Maybe Boogie could do something like that. He could leave for 2-3 years and then come back. And maybe some of his old guard will still be around and will maybe start watching him again. But trust is very difficult to win back. Now, transfer this to World of Warcraft. This game, for the last 2 expansions, laid down its player base in a very large way. And I believe that their biggest fuck you to the fan base was Shadowlands. They went on a 9-month cold streak where there was no new content added. They never spoke to their player base to go, hey, we're not going to be releasing any new content. Instead, they kept the player base guessing. When's the next piece of content coming? When's the next piece of content coming? And the reason they didn't tell their players, look, there's not going to be any new content for 9 months, is they knew most people would then unsub. But if they don't say anything, a lot of people will stay subbed thinking, well, the content, the patch could release tomorrow. Then, during that 9-month hiatus where there was just no content, Blizzard also released a 6-month store mount just to make sure that they could keep people playing for the 9 months, or at least keep people paying for the 9 months that there isn't going to be any new content. And surprise, surprise, as soon as the 6-month sub was about to fall off, Blizzard announces that 9.1 is finally coming. No apologies, no if, buts, or maybes. No, look, guys, we're sorry, we understand, we fucked you, it's been 9 months. None of it. They just pretended like it never fucking happened. Iron Wombat, thanks for the primes, I really appreciate it. 12 months in a row. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's your 1-year anniversary, Iron Wombat. Really appreciate that. So at the end of the day, this is where we are. How do you go from all of that, yeah? And we've not even talked about BFA. We're just now in the fuck-ups that they did during Shadowlands. Do you really think you release the next expansion for World of Warcraft and the player base goes, whoa, new expansion, let's buy it? I think some. I don't think all. In fact, I don't think most. If I'm honest, it wasn't great. It wasn't a great private server that I could enjoy. Epsilon. I think right now most people are playing on the Ascension private server. Feels like that with FF patches. If the content is not that fun, but then you know when it's about patch day. I mean, they like the FF content, you pretty much know when patch day is coming. They're always talking to their player base. They always make sure that their player base is informed of what is going on. And that's really all players care about. Just inform us that, hey, this is coming or this isn't coming. So the players know, okay, I should hold out for this, or, you know, I can leave for a bit and I'll be back later. Earning back that goodwill is hard. Earning back goodwill is almost impossible. If you've ever been in a relationship where the other person loses your trust, does something that just destroys your trust, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Suddenly, every single word that comes out of their mouth reads like a lie. Like, they can tell you, I just woke up, and you can see them just waking up. And in your mind, you're thinking, yeah, you just woke up at some other bitch's house, even though they're in your fucking house. Like, you woke up in the same bed. You're thinking, yeah, but you were dreaming about that other bitch, weren't you? Right? Or dreaming about that other guy or whatever. So, trust is so hard to gain, so easy to lose. It's so easy. You lose it with a single act. Pringles, maybe. But that would be a joke. If Blizzard thinks that they can actually combat Final Fantasy right now, they are high as fuck. They're absolutely out of their minds. Does anyone in this chat actually think that Blizzard can combat Final Fantasy right now? Probably trust pretty easily. Joe Oven, how you doing, bro? I feel like even puppies will eventually fuck off if you kick them enough. Drayden, thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Nope. Agreed. Like, no, there's no way Blizzard announces their new expansion thinking, oh my god, we're gonna fucking take them. Please. Please. Tiny Saints, thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will tell you this now. If World of Warcraft tries to go toe-to-toe with Final Fantasy XIV, Final Fantasy XIV is going to destroy WoW. It is absolutely going to wreck WoW. And you want to know why? Because Final Fantasy isn't even in this competition. Blizzard is that kid that thinks that they're in competition with someone. Actually, the best example I have of this is England believing that them playing Germany in a World Cup is the largest match for Germany and for England. Like England, like the English team genuinely believes that playing Germany is like the cream of the cream game. And then you talk to Germans, and Germans are like, no, the cream of the cream game is us versus the Netherlands. Like, that's the game. Like, whenever Germany plays Netherlands, that is the game to win. Like, Germany couldn't give two fucks about England. England's like, yeah, all right, dude, yeah, we'll beat you now, and then we'll wait for the Dutch. That's what we're going to be doing, right? We're going to be playing the Dutch. That's what we care about. I mean, I'm German as well, although I grew up in South Africa. But my father's German, my mother's German, so I grew up pretty much with all that. This is literally it. World of Warcraft is that, like, they think they're in combat with Final Fantasy XIV. And Final Fantasy XIV has, like, their eyes on, like, their sights set on something completely different. They're like, all right, shh, we're busy. We're making games here. Shut the fuck up. So it's a train for Germany as well that year. I mean, yeah, it's the game. I know whenever there's World Cup and there's like a German game between the Fußballmannschaft and the Dutch, that's a must watch game. Usually on those days, I wake up to a text from my dad going, the game is this time of, so say for example 4 o'clock or whatever. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm aware. I'll be watching it. And there's text going in between like, oh yeah, fucking hell, Germany's winning. So, it is what it is. World of Warcraft, absolutely. Hey, Akalan, I wanted to address something you mentioned about the beast tribes and how their environment changed as you assisted them. I want to point out something that blew my mind, if you'll indulge me. Voidwalker, yeah, sure. What's up, dude? F-14 doesn't care to battle others. They just want to make something diverse for all that can continue for a long time, and is a love letter to the franchise. Thundorian, but that's what gaming is supposed to be. You're not supposed to be in competition with any other game. Because gaming isn't supposed to be a competition. You make a good game, people are going to play it. If you make a game simply because you're trying to beat the other games, I genuinely believe that this is where it failed. Ugly Mug again, I missed it. Rockets, how you doing? I genuinely believe this is why this final Zeroth Mortis patch failed as miserably as it did from the story perspective. Because out of fucking nowhere, Steve Denuser and his team decides, oh yeah, this is the end of the first chapter of World of Warcraft. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Final Fantasy can claim that this is the end of the first book of Final Fantasy because they literally wrote it from the beginning to be the end. Like, from the beginning, they knew that the story that they were telling in ARR has to have an end. And they wrote towards that end with Endwalker. This was always planned. You can't just come out of fucking nowhere and all of a sudden claim, oh, this is also our end, by the way. Dude, what are you saying? Of course not your fucking end. What are you saying? Like, none of this makes sense. You shouldn't be in competition with anyone else. Just make a fun game, make a good game, and people will fucking play it. That's it. That's all you need. I'm scared about their current power reset, though. Like, dude, okay, this is actually one of the topics we have to absolutely discuss before we get into anything else. This is a little bit lore-related, so for those of you that isn't part of the World of Warcraft clique or fan base, don't worry, you're going to be lost here. But we have to talk about it. We made a video sort of at the beginning of Shadowlands talking about a potential time skip, right? Everyone said it because Ian said at BlizzCon that time functions differently within the Shadowlands. So we spoke about the time skip and how the time skip could influence the story within post Shadowlands. And everyone was actually genuinely excited for the idea of a time skip. What could that actually mean for the franchise? Then, of course, Ian went back and said, actually, not so much time skip, because really the time doesn't really go differently. It's more like a dream in that, dream time isn't the same as real time, but really it is the same as real time. So there's not going to be a time skip. And then I guess sticking to the trend of Shadowlands, where nothing makes sense and everything contradicts each other, in the book, literally in the novel, which is the canonical story of WoW, Zuval tells Sylvanas that if she doesn't hurry, she'll return to Azeroth and her corpse would be nothing but bones, a skeleton. Because time within the Shadowlands is different. Zuval tells Sylvanas this. Time in the Shadowlands is different. A moment in the Shadowlands can be months or even years on Azeroth. So, we've gone back and forth, but on the whole time thing. First, there was a time skip potential, then there wasn't a time skip potential, now there is a time skip potential. The one thing that this makes clear to me, more than anything, is that there's no real plan. There was no real plan. Blizzard is just clutching at straws here. Because they can't even get something so basic as time right. Originally, we were told the time is different. Alex and what you're saying there about perception of time is fine because that's what Ian clarified. He clarified that it's more your perception of time. It's not so much that time is different. But then in the novel, it makes it very clear. Like, Zuval literally tells Sylvanas, a moment within the Shadowlands can be years on Azeroth. He literally tells her, time is different here. So you have to hurry. You have to make your decision. You have to go back. Do not linger. For if you linger, you're going to return to nothing. Your body is going to be nothing. So they can't even figure something as simple, simplistic, and straightforward as time in their story. Which is very weird. Bloody, thanks for the follow, dude. Really appreciate that. What if an alternate Azeroth Galakrond is still around with the other dragon aspects? So there is sort of data mines about Galakrond. According to some of the data mine footage that we've seen, or some of the data mine files that we've seen, Galakrond's bones are gone. It's just gone. Like, no one knows where Galakrond is. So there's a good chance that Galakrond is coming back in the next expansion. Be excited for that, I guess. The time skip thing is very interesting, because the time skip thing can very easily be a really cool story within Azeroth and an opportunity for Blizzard to do something awesome, but also to do things that they've long since said they wanted to do. So imagine we return to Azeroth, yeah? And it is just hell. It is just fucking hell. Now Chromie comes to us, and Chromie is like, excuse me, we need to get out of here. We are about to die. I am going to move you forward in time to a place from which we can fight this. Something big happened. Something big went wrong. The Dragonflights, perhaps because of their division, had fallen, and Azeroth is in complete and utter disarray. So we're moved into time, where much of the world of World of Warcraft is inaccessible. Most of the realms are completely off limits. We can't go there, they've been destroyed, or whatever the case might be, but we have to set the story right. We have to do something to fix the world. So basically do something in the future so that you can fix something from the past. That's an interesting concept. It's an interesting concept, but more importantly, it gives Blizzard time to update some of their old zones, to make their old zones better, to fix their old zones, to make their old zones feel better. Sort of off-the-cuff theory. It's something that I would love to see. We spoke about it at the beginning of the expansion. A time skip expansion would be phenomenal in World of Warcraft because it opens so many doors for you to do pretty much whatever the hell you want. Wait, Chromie is an actual character? I thought she was just an NPC that served as an excuse for time walking. No, Chromie is an actual character. Chromie is one of the Bronze Dragonflight. Even notice this in-game, there's no night-day changes in SL, so you've literally no clue on what day it is. True, Alex? Wolfart, you can easily do that with Cabins of Time. JC, how you doing, brother? You can easily do that with Cabins of Time. So if players need to go back to the old world, they go to Caverns of Time and they choose a moment in time before all of this shit happened, and they go to a pristine sort of version of the old world. So it's easily done through the Caverns of Time. Yuku, thanks for the 2 sub, really appreciate that. 40 months in a row. Thank you, Yuku. Dude, my nose is so fucking itchy. I don't know what the hell's wrong, but I personally think that could be a cool story. And that might be something that is just interesting enough to bring some people back. So if we will have a time skip of the Shadowlands, it can only canonically be forward. True. It would have to be forward from a canonical standpoint because time would have moved on Azeroth. There is some issues with that, of course. There is some issues with that because in the Shadowlands, I believe, we see some of the characters from Azeroth being in the Shadowlands now for Sylvanas' ultimate trial. And they don't seem to speak about like any changes, any big changes that has taken place on Azeroth. So if Blizzard wants to produce a time skip, that is going to come like quite out of left field. We should have seen some of those characters already saying, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Even notice a time differential? I don't know. Maybe. The only one is Khadgar, but that was personal as he is getting older in the years. You could maybe say the story that those lines from Khadgar might be something, because Khadgar talks about how he's older now and he can feel his age. So maybe Khadgar really is fucking older now, and they don't say anything because they kind of thought we knew. Or maybe they decided not to say anything because they understood how important that moment was, and they decided not to say anything because they didn't want to take away from the importance of that moment. I don't know. There's like a million different things that it could be, guys. I just wish Blizzard would plan this shit a bit better, so that we don't have to sit here and guess. Wait a second, when is the time skip? Is there a time skip? What the fuck is time in the Shadowlands? I wish we didn't have to like play guessing games with it the whole time. Let's be real, the Newser watched Interstellar and thought he could rip it off. Dude, it would not surprise me because the Newser seems to be ripping off everyone and then doing a real bad job of it. Meeksy, thanks for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Khadgar seems off because the writing of the characters is not consistent. The only consistent if they have a woman acting crazy and then want to retcon it. True. I mean, look, the only reason the character writing isn't consistent is because Blizzard never focuses on actual dialogue within World of Warcraft. Because dialogue-focused writing forces you to be consistent. Because you have to think about what the character have said before and what the character is going to say next. So you have to be consistent. If you're just writing, as Blizzard do so often for headlines, it's very easy to lose consistency between what characters would and would not have said. Because you're only writing headlines, which is basically the dialogue in World of Warcraft. It's all headlines. They just sort of give you a very big thing to say, and then that's really the end of it. But all of this, like the entire conversation here, literally boils down to the following. I think the way Blizzard can actually build hype for the next expansion is through a time skip, and it seems like the novel provides them canonically now with that opportunity. In the novel, through the novel, they can canonically organize a time skip. Whether or not they're gonna, we'll have to wait and see. The fact that the next expansion for World of Warcraft is so far off tells me that the next expansion probably also went through a number of rewrites. That would be my guess. I think the next expansion for World of Warcraft started off as one thing, and then they had to change it. But I genuinely believe the idea for the next expansion, like, guys, I'm so convinced that the Shadowlands story, because this makes everything make sense. This is why I am so convinced of it. If in 9.1 we found out that Zuval is maybe not as bad as we thought, and we found out that the Covenants are perhaps worse than what we thought, and then maybe in 9.2 we switch sides entirely. We go, whoa, these guys are fucking nuts. We see what is going on here, and we think Zuval has a point. Then suddenly this expansion makes sense. Most of the things that were introduced in this expansion makes sense. The Forsworn makes sense. The Drust makes sense. The Loa makes sense. The fact that the Winter Queen almost from the beginning was presented as this sort of, you're not really sure how to place her kind of character. Because she hates the Loa. The Loa does ask her for a favor, but she still doesn't like them very much. You have the Primus that is completely gone, but his story is also just mired in this weird mix of things. Like, all of those stories suddenly fall into place, and you go, oh, okay, it makes sense. This world is really bad. We should not actually try to protect it. And I think the original expansion, the next expansion, was supposed to play off of that. We switched sides and we started helping Zuval against the others. Right? But because the Newser decided perhaps because he thought he could write a better story, or, and this is actually far more likely, because of the serious amount of cut content, they realized they can't actually tell that story. So just to be clear, guys, in order to tell that story, you need 3 to 4 major patches. Because you can't just flip a switch and then everyone is now on the side of the jailer. You have to have 9.0 that sort of cements the idea we're fighting the jailer. Then you need a 9.1 where it starts to make us question certain things. Like, you need a 9.1 where we sort of go, that's not cool what we're doing here. Why are we doing this? And then you need a 9.2 where we finally make the switch, where as players we finally go, fuck it, we're not part of this. And then you need a 9.3 where the players finally go to war with the Shadowlands. You need that. You need all of those patches in order to make that story work. The issue is, with so much cut content, there is a good chance that someone like Steve Newser went, okay, well, we can't tell that story. Not with all the fucking content that's being cut here. You're basically cutting an entire patch from the game. You're not willing to really give us the time to actually tell the stories within these zones. In actual fact, I think this is why Korthia felt so horrible. I think Korthia was originally meant to be the City of Secrets, and we were meant to realize in Korthia that the jailer was betrayed. That's what we were meant to realize. And then they decided, well, actually, no, we think we're not going to go this route. But that also then nullifies most of what we want to tell within Korthia. It turns Korthia into pretty much not a real zone that is needed. And this, of course, leads to a rewrite of the whole next expansion. Because you can't have an expansion that was written with us turning against the Shadowlands and beating the Shadowlands if we're never going to do that. And I think that's why they're now also having to basically push back the launch of the next expansion, because they've had to restart it basically from scratch. All this is, in a very long-winded way, trying to say that Ian Ezekostas still doesn't have a fucking clue what he's doing. Dude, I would be so annoyed if I worked for Ian Ezekostas. You have no idea. Because people are giving them limited development time. How hard can that be? Blame though? Jesse, what do you mean? I just quickly want to go up here because I've had 2 questions from Void. Okay, Void Walker. There are whole zones you cannot access unless you've reached certain levels of crafting. It quite literally changed the environment of a certain Heavensward zone. It's literally hundreds of hours of new locations and rewards only accessible through engaging with this one aspect. I recently watched an entire region change and entered an entire new zone. I say all this to say WoW can't even come close. Well, I absolutely agree with you there. And I'm following up on my message. There are whole zones you cannot access unless you've reached certain levels of crafting. It's great. Okay, wait, you're just basically saying the same thing here. All right. Well, Void, like I said, I absolutely agree with you. I said this from the beginning. Final Fantasy actually understands the concept of world building. Look, there is another way, but they can't do it that way. Jazz. They can't just nullify Shadowlands. They need to nullify BFA and Shadowlands. So the next expansion, this is the only other way that Blizzard can really pull off the sort of quote-unquote time skip. And that is if we get back and suddenly N'Zoth has completely taken over Azeroth. And we realize that we've been in a nightmare of N'Zoth. N'Zoth has basically kept all of us seeing things and thinking that we're doing things while he was rebuilding the Black Empire. I think at this point, that's really the only way you save face with World of Warcraft. Not gonna lie. You basically, without admitting that Shadowlands and BFA was a failure, you retcon the living fuck out of BFA and Shadowlands. You literally retcon both expansions. Just bam. It's done. No more. As if it never existed. Personally, I think that's the best thing that WoW can do right now is just retcon the fuck out of it. That N'Zoth could have killed us at the end of BFA and Shadowlands was us being actually dead, but they ruined that now with the jailer. Dude, there's many stories that I would have told. There is many stories that I would have told instead of whatever the fuck they decided to tell here. But anyways, let's not even linger on it. Let's get into the first topic that I've planned for today. Since we don't have much time, I really want to get to every single topic here. Fakara, thanks for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What does World of Warcraft have to do in order to get me to play WoW again? Short of stories. So I don't want to focus on story at all. Or at least not much. This is all I'll say about the story that I need from World of Warcraft. I want a cohesive, dialogue-driven story. It doesn't have to be to the extent of Final Fantasy XIV. World of Warcraft has never really been that kind of game, and it's fine if it isn't. But if you wish to tell more intricate, more like character-focused stories, which Blizzard clearly wants to do, then I want to see more dialogue. I don't want cinematics where we get individual little nuggets of like one-liners and shit. I want to see actual dialogue between the characters. I genuinely do not want to see another rushed version. By the way, guys, I actually think I have inductive proof that much of Shadowlands' story was cut and removed from the game. And I say inductive because it can't be deductive, because that would actually mean I have some evidence. This is just me, like, inductively making a connection. In BFA, Blizzard made it clear that they want to start focusing a lot more on CGI cinematics. I believe Ian actually said in an interview that Shadowlands had even more CGI cinematics planned than BFA. The plan was for a lot of CGI cinematics. Here's the issue with CGI cinematics. For a short CGI cinematic, so we're talking 3.5 minutes, you need about 12 months. That's how long it takes them to do a short 3.5 minute cinematic. For something like Old Soldier, and I have this literally from the guy who made Old Soldier, for Old Soldier, they needed 18 months to make Old Soldier. It took them 18 months. So before we even knew about BFA being a thing, the cinematic for Old Soldier was already shot. They were already working on it. Is it surprising to anyone that Shadowlands doesn't have a single CGI cinematic? Not one. I think the reason for that is a change in story. All the CGI cinematics that they had lined up were going to tell a very different story to the story that they ultimately ended up telling. And there's no point in having a CGI cinematic that shows how we join the jailer if we're actually fighting the jailer. So they had to revert to in-game cinematics, which is easier and much quicker to make, in order to tell all of their stories, because that's basically all they could do to try and rectify it. And I don't have a problem with the in-game cinematics, just to be clear. I think the in-game cinematics have come a very long way since, you know, the early days of WoW. So I actually love the in-game cinematics, but it was telling to me that Shadowlands had zero CGI cinematics. None. The only one was the expansion announcement. That was the only CGI cinematic. Outside of that, like, not a single one existed. So, yeah, I think in that sense, there is at least some evidence that things aren't going, like, things didn't go the way that they wanted it to go. At least at some point, the story started changing. And I actually think the story started really changing after 9.1. So by 9.1, they reached the point where now they were taking the story in a whole new direction. So they couldn't really do anything else at that point. But anyway, so here is what I believe I want to see. Like I said, story-wise, I just want them to tell a cohesive story. I want to focus actually more on gameplay, because it's so easy for Blizzard to get me back. I want more content that has fuck all to do with the 5% hardcore players in World of Warcraft. I can't stand it anymore. I cannot stand when Blizzard fucking touts the content that they're coming up with, and all of that content is dungeons and raids. And it's like, dude, I don't care for dungeons and raids. Like, I want something fun. You know, I want housing, and I want a farm, and I want a Torghast that has nothing to do with raiding that I can just go hang out in. I want content for everyone, something that is designed with the casual player in mind. I'm not saying don't make the dungeons. I'm not saying don't make the raids. I'm saying that should not be the only content. And for the love of fuck, I don't want casual content to be tied to that content. Because that's literally what World of Warcraft is right now. The only casual content that they have in World of Warcraft is when they make it easier for casual people to get, like, raiding level gear. X-Snaps, how you doing, bro? Jesus, haven't seen you in a while. But think casual content in World of Warcraft. It's dailies that is, like, whatever, right? Or reputation grinds that is, again, whatever. yes, it is somewhat casual content and somewhat aimed towards casuals, but also not really aimed towards casuals. Then you look at the content that is actually in existence for raiders, is usually watered down for casuals. It's the same content, just a little watered down. So they make an LFR. This is supposed to be the content for casuals. It's like, dude, that's not really casual content. As a casual, I might not give a fuck about the raid. It's fine that it's there, but maybe I don't give a shit about the raid. Could you maybe give me something that I care about? You know, could you make something that doesn't just...
on YouTube, but managed to finally catch your stream. I am a former WoW player, but left long ago. Since Blizz can't tell what the heck they want, just be honest to the players. Don't come up with dumb shit like they planned since FC3, then they didn't have to change the damn story they told in Shadowlands. It's so obvious that they have. And put the damn lore in the game and in books.
Fakara, thanks for the 100 bits, dude. Really appreciate it. Always appreciate when people give money away. It's raining money. Soon you'll be raining hookers and fucking coke, bro. Zeki, thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. I agree with you, Fakara. Absolutely in agreement with you. But Blizzard wouldn't see it that way. For some reason, Blizzard and other Western companies view saying sorry almost as if it's a disease. Like, you shouldn't apologize, ever. You should not apologize. Because if you apologize, that's somehow going to mean that the player base is going to hold it against you. It's like, actually, no. Usually, when you apologize, people are very forgiving. If you admit, yeah, we fucked up, we're sorry. Most people are like, yeah, all right, you know, fair play. Everyone makes mistakes. What can you do? It's when you deny that you've made a mistake or you gaslight the player base, which Blizzard does quite often, you know, just gaslighting the player base into thinking that it's the players that thought that there was a mistake. You know, that's when people really lose their shit. It's when you pretend like nothing is wrong, even though everyone with half a brain goes, something is wrong. So I guess for me to return to World of Warcraft, I don't even need Blizzard to say sorry. I don't even need Blizzard to take responsibility for anything. Because I know that's not going to happen. I want Blizzard to realize that the majority of the player base aren't raiders, and the majority of the player base aren't dungeoneers. The majority of the player base are the people that is building their own fucking content. They're out farming old dungeons and old raids for their transmogs. They're out looking for mount drops. You know, they're basically left to create their own content because Blizzard doesn't create shit for them. There's nothing for them. The only content they get is the scraps that the raiders don't want. So Blizzard will take raiding content, water that down, and go, casuals, dinner is served. You know, with LFR being the dinner, and the casuals sort of have to puke and eat throughout because it's fucking horrible. Yeah? But that's sort of what we get. Or we get like a watered down of Mythic Plus, which is just Mythic dungeons. We need more content that has nothing to do with the 5% of the player base. You have your raiders, and your raiders will stick. How about you start taking care about the other players in the game now? You know, give us regions and areas. Imagine if there was like an area much to the same, much the same as Eureka or Bosnia or however the fuck you pronounce that, right? That word. Imagine if there was a zone like this where casuals could go to get transmogs, to get mount drops, to, you know, do crazy shit, get pets, get titles, get all sorts of crap that they could get there. The zone itself had nothing to do with the raid. The zone itself had nothing to do with dungeons. It is legitimately just a zone for casuals to go fucking hanging out in. That's it. That's it. What is... It is in WoW right now? Oh, Jamalman, I'm sorry. I must have fucking missed it. Or at least I don't have the road-colored glasses on that look straight up Bobby Kotick's asshole, right? Which you always famously wear. You know, the ones that whenever someone says anything about World of Warcraft that's negative, you come up with some excuse to defend them. Doesn't matter if it's true. Doesn't have to be a true thing. It just has to be an excuse that people can read. You literally wrote something in chat where every other person in chat read it and went, what the fuck is this guy talking about? So someone here is wrong. It's not us. I'll leave that to you to figure out who the fuck it is. World of Warcraft right now doesn't cater to the casual player whatsoever. The only content that exists for casual players is old content that is no longer relevant. The Blizzard sort of goes, yeah, all right, you can have that now. We won't fuck you. Yeah? That's it. It's only old content. All other content doesn't really cater to the casual player base. They tried in Zeroth Mortis to do it. It's nowhere near fucking good. Oh my god. Don't play the game. 252 item max gear is what you can get today. Normal. Oh my Jesus. Jamalman, I'm sorry. You convinced me. I literally just said fuck all to do with raid gear. And you went, excuse me, you can get like 252 item level fucking raid gear, dude, by not even having to go into the raid. Congratulations, you fucking moron. You literally said the one thing that I said I don't give a fuck about. Congratulations. Fucking hype, bro. Go back to school. You're stupid. Super Side Sniper, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the 100 bits. I'd really appreciate it. Like, dude, I literally just told you I don't give a fuck about the gear, and you're coming out, you're going, but the gear is already there, bro. You can get 250, you can be like completely raid ready, bro. Like, without even going into the raid. Yeah, fuck off with your raid ready piece of shit. It's not what we're talking about. Jesus. The WoW players are so stupid, dude. Like, there's no fucking brain work. Nothing. It's why they're still playing it. They log in every single day. Oh, I guess I'll do my daily now. Oh, shiny. Oh, this is beautiful. Huh? Oh, I can get max level gear. Oh, fucking stupid assholes. Get out of your own fucking game, dude. Realize that there's better shit out there. Just so happens that every single piece of casual content in Final Fantasy isn't tied to raid level gear. Oh my Jesus. Dude, this is one of the reasons I can't stand the WoW player base anymore, dude. They're so far up their own assholes. It's insane. When they're not up their own assholes, they're sucking Bobby Kotick's dick. That's it. That's the two things that you fucking get from the WoW player base currently. Bobby, and oh my god, my asshole looks so great from in here. I love the smell. Like, fucking hell. Can literally have a raid tune and not have a single profession? Why? It's WoW. What are you gonna do? You know? It's fucking WoW. It's how it goes. Dude, I'm sick and tired of the WoW player base. It's their fault that their game is dying, and they can't even see it. They can't even fucking see it. I get tilted at these. Like, I should just let them fucking wallow. You know what? Fuck it. I don't want to fix WoW. I don't give a fuck. I hope your game dies. I fucking hope that within the next 4 years, Blizzard announces, look guys, it's done, it's over. You know what? Then, and only then, will I make a video and go, fuck you. When I try to help you, you will like, oh my god, this is so good. I love what Blizzard is doing. Now, fuck you. No more game for you. I'm so glad. Now go fuck out and don't come back to any other games because you're fucking destroying them. Like, I can't fucking deal with you anymore. Fuck the WoW player base, dude. Like, all of them. I'm not even in the mood to fucking talk about WoW. Like, Jesus Christ. And I actually still enjoy talking about World of Warcraft whenever you brainstorm about how you can fix things. But then there's always some cunt from WoW coming in going, actually, dude, they already do that. Talking to the player base, not to anyone who can fix anything. It's the reason why people still smoke, even though they know it's bad. New blood every day. dude, at least with smokers, I can understand it. Because it's actually fun to smoke. It's not fun to fucking play WoW. You respect, I don't understand why you're still upset with this. The rest of us have moved on. Again, I'm upset because I still remember how good World of Warcraft was. It wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago.
Breathe, Echo, breathe. I send you head pats.
Drakeheads, thank you so much for the bets. Really appreciate it. Jolly, yeah, I am a little bit fired up today. I guess I'm still not really over the novel. I'm still not over all the bullshit that have just happened. And then I see World of Warcraft players just mindlessly barrel, dude, towards whatever Blizzard is putting out. Like, they just fucking swallow everything Blizzard gives them. And they don't care, right? They don't give a fuck. They don't care about demanding better. They'll give their money away. They'll give their money away. And then they'll complain, I don't know, about billionaires making money, even though they're the reason the billionaires are making as much money as they're fucking making. Let me see what this clip is about.
I'll do my daily now.
Breathe,
Oh,
Echo,
shiny.
breathe. I send you
Oh,
head
that is
pats.
beautiful. Huh? Oh, I can get max level. I'll do my daily now.
Accurate and true. Accurate and true. I'll share this on the subreddit. Why not? Dude, you guys should join the subreddit. Warcraft 3 peasant, dude, 100%. Dude, they're so fucking, like, it's insane, man. Like, if you can get away with this bullshit. I'm actually in the process of making a video about this. I told you guys about this yesterday, well, the day before yesterday when we were so hard to watch the game you loved for over a decade fall apart. Garton, thank you so much for the first time chat, really appreciate it. And yes, it's one of the reasons I still talk about it is because it is so hard to watch the game just completely die. But I'm making a video about this right now. Like, I'm literally writing a script right now. We were watching Just Strife Hayes' video 2 days ago on stream, and I told you I fucking hate Josh because he's literally talking about the very video that I'm busy writing right now, which is, why is it that MMOs so often fail? Why is it that MMOs so often just become pure and utter dog shit? And the answer is simple. You can look towards Blizzard Entertainment to find out exactly why this is. MMOs provide, without a shadow of a doubt, more freedom than any other game genre out there. You are completely unlimited in the potential of things that you can add to an MMO. You can go single player MMO with MMO aspects. You can go full blow MMO with single player aspects. You can literally do anything. It's not like an RPG or like an adventure game where you're limited to the genre. There's no limitations to an MMO. So why is it in this freedom we still have games like World of Warcraft, or basically the 100 different MMOs that come out every single fucking day on Steam? You know, that's all basically owned by one Japanese company that owns every single one of those games, and they're all dog shit. Why is that? Well, Blizzard provides us with that answer. Because it's easy to make a buck in the MMO industry. You don't need to make a great game. Because if all you care about is money, a cash shop and hype will get you money. It's hard to make MMOs. With all that freedom that you get for MMOs, they are fucking hard to make. But if you make them well, and if you spend your time well, there's literally nothing that you can't do. Yoshi P in Final Fantasy XIV is the perfect example of this. A game that provides you with single player elements where you need no one else, it's just you. They're doing even more of that single player stuff in Endwalker. right? I think 6.1 is a 6.1 that's sort of revamping a lot of the old stuff to make it more single-player, RPG-focused. It is 6.1, right? And then they said they're gonna add, like, they're gonna get to the other stuff down the line also throughout the course of Endwalker. So every patch will get more and more of those single-player element sort of stuff built in. Because Yoshi P realized there's freedom. I don't have to make a game just for raiders. I don't have to make a game just for dungeons. I don't have to make a game just for PvP. I can make a game for literally every single type of player there is in the gaming industry and make it fun for all of them. But that's not the mindset of the vast majority of MMO designers. Most of them think the way that World of Warcraft thinks, in that I can give them a half-baked story with half-baked content and just sort of, you know, slouch my way through this development process. Make sure that you give them a hype cinematic, right? You want to convince them to buy in. So give them a really hype cinematic. Talk about all the hype shit that you're going to do. And then once they've bought it, who gives a shit? That's the problem within the MMO industry right now. No one gives a shit. It is easier to just put out complete drivel because you're always going to get someone. You're always going to get someone that is willing to sub. Even the worst fucking games out there has subs. It's literally, someone said you're farming for subs, which is literally what it is. It is a just non-stop farming for subscriptions. It's all they're doing. That's what WoW does. That's what most of the MMOs do on the market, with the exception of games like SWATer, Guild Wars 2, Final Fantasy 14, and ESO. The vast majority of MMOs right now is just farming subs. That's it. They do the bare minimum for the greatest reward. And that's it. They're happy with it. I guarantee you, if you ask Ian right now, why is it that Shadowlands failed? Ian will most likely not have a serious answer. He will most likely not have a serious answer. I like this. Yeah. Although I don't know if Chris Mason has a problem. I don't think Chris Mason right now gives a shit. Gonna be honest with you, I don't think Chris Mason cares at all. This is what he's saying to me. I don't think Chris Mason cares. Like, dude, Chris Mason is working on his own tabletop games, which is what he loves anyways. So I think Chris Mason, like, I can tell you right now, I think people like Chris Mason, I think people like Mike Morhaime, I think they are looking at the story with a little bit of glee. I think there is a little bit of glee there. This thought of, you pushed us out because you thought you had a better idea, and now you have fucked yourself into a corner. Because I genuinely believe, I don't know about Chris Mason, but I genuinely believe that Mike Morhaime was pushed out of the company. How do I know this? Because Mike Morhaime left Blizzard Entertainment and then immediately started plans for his own studio again. I mean, if the dude really had enough and he wanted to retire, why would he start his own studio again? He genuinely left the fucking company and immediately started making plans for his own studio. So I guarantee you, he's looking back and he's saying, fucking get it, boys. I knew that you were going the wrong direction. I knew this greedy ass bullshit from you was the wrong way to do it. You didn't want to listen, so go fuck you. And like I said earlier, that's where I am right now with the WoW player base. And not all of them. There are WoW players, like I said day before yesterday. The people that is playing WoW just for their friends, they see all the issues within WoW, but they play because they have friends. I don't believe they are part of this. But the people like Jamalman, who fucking defend Blizzard even when there's no evidence for their defense, I like, deep in my heart, there's a part of me that hopes that the game dies. Because I want to go, I told you. I fucking told you.
I understand why you do bare minimum for greatest reward. That's actually sadly a business model out there of this. But completely lying to your customers, players, is where I draw my line. If people don't demand better content, you want a better content. Fine, but lying to our faces about shit planned here and there. And for example Dub C3 Remaster, where they removed cutscenes that were already made. Those kind of shit moves. It's borderline scam in my eyes.
It is a scam. It is a scam. The funny thing is that the WoW player base just keeps going, I'll give you my money. You lied to me? All right, here's my money. Wait, you're not giving me actual content? Here's my money. Wait, you're actually telling a bad story? Take my money. The WoW player base is a walking, breathing ATM for Blizzard scumbaggery, and no one seems to realize that, hey, this is so easy to stop. You just have to stop giving me money. Like, you withhold your cash, and suddenly Blizzard goes, oh shit. Oh shit. But no. They just won't. I'm one of those who plays because friends. I may be paying the millionaires, but my data shows I only log in to play with others. I don't log in unless someone asks me to. Alex is my editor, by the way, guys. So, yeah, my editor still plays WoW. It's a point of great shame within the company, but what can I do? You know, I wanted to be honest with all of you so that you know, my editor plays World of Warcraft. I don't know what else to say. Someone should make an ATM Bless Bad meme. I would love that meme. Blizzard Sims will always pay. Doesn't matter what shit they eat. True. Have you seen the No Pixel documentary of FF14? Yes. You mean the No Clip one, Jazz? Finally, an editor. Alex is good at what he does, so I forgive him this small transgression of playing WoW because he's a really good editor. And he puts up with my shit, which not many editors would do. Dude, I have so many different ideas in a day, and I change my mind so often on almost every single one of those ideas. It's not easy being, like, working for me. It's definitely not easy working for me. Because, yeah, I go different directions, like, 4 times a day. I'll email Alex or I'll message him on Discord and I'll be like, oh, by the way, I thought about this instead. We're going to do this now. He's like, oh, okay. And then I message him a bit later. Never mind, we're going this way instead. So, pretty much all over the place. The talk is very true. I get like 10% of the shit Alex has to put up with, and you push me to the limit often. Yeah, Apocalypse and Andy are mods of the channel, so they know my bullshit as well. I can't help it. I come up with good ideas. So I, for example, have decided that I think I want to kill the main channel. You guys might be the first people to hear about that. I think I want to kill the main channel. I decided that just this afternoon, actually. Barbecue streamer now? I don't know. We'll see. I'm part of the problem too. I mount farm after work. I like it. I'm not happy about the current state of the lore though. Our choice, but why? I don't like the main channel anymore. Eurodice, how you doing, brother? Come play Tarkov, show you some doom and gloom. No, I don't want to play Tarkov. I have my games. I have my games that I'm playing. No, it won't be an insta nuke, but it will be a slow nuke. I just think the main channel has outlived its usefulness. It's not April 1st. No, this is genuinely not an April 1st thing. Look, I can prove to you why I don't think the main channel is worthy anymore. Let me show you. So I have almost 50k subscribers on this channel, right? We have 17k views on this video. That's pretty good. 1,800, 900, 4,000, 14,000, 2,000, 1,000, 3,000, 6,000, 1,000, 1,000, 1,000, 4,000, 1,000, 2,000 maybe, 5,000, 5,000, 2,000, 3,000, 2,000, 3,000. That is abysmal. Absolutely abysmal. Now, let's go over to my clips channel, which is very new, like a hell of a lot newer than the main channel, like well newer than the main channel. It's got 7,400 subscribers, I think, right now. This video released an hour ago, and it's already at 1,100 views. 4,500, 2,000, 6,000, 3,000, 5,000, 2,000, 1,000, almost 2,000, 9,000. This is a Witcher 3 video. I knew this wasn't going to do well. 5,600, 12,000, 6,000, 5,000, 1,000, 8,000, 10,000, 5,000, 7,000, 5,000, 1,800, 1,500, 4,000, 12,000, 5,000, 16,000, 9,000, 5,000, 5,000, 14,000. And this channel only has 7k subscribers. That's it. It has 7k subscribers. We repeatedly, consistently, this isn't even just 1 month's worth of videos. This is just going back to March 15th, right? So this is just for the half of March. The other videos go on the next page or the previous page. But consistently, this channel performs better than half of the subscribers, or even more than the subscriber base that we have. The main channel suffers from my own mistakes. It's mistakes that I made. I can't blame anyone else for it. I made mistakes with the main channel. Nothing I can fucking do about it. But I think the main channel is beyond fixing. I don't think the main channel can be fixed. In general, that I found you? I think most people here. How many people here discovered me through the clips channel and not the... Like, we can actually do a fucking poll on this. Hold up. Let's do a poll. Manage poll. New poll. Main channel. Wow, we should probably use the names as well. Main channel. Accolon. Clips channel. Clips channel is called Accolon Clips, I think. Well, we'll just call it Accolon Clips then. Alright, here we go. Start the poll. Let's see. Found you through Asmongold. Well, Asmongold has been a great friend to the channel. There's a lot of people that found me through Asmongold. I should actually add that to the fucking poll. Like, you found me through Asmongold. Well, I should actually add that. I think the Clips channel is... Like, look, the mistakes I made is completely my mistakes. I know it's my mistakes, and what's nice is I can look back and know what mistakes I made. Like, I can look back at my channel and be like, I know exactly what I did wrong. I started the channel out as a guide channel. I then made a switch around 12,000 to 15,000 subscribers. I made a switch to lore. And I completely left the guides. That meant a lot of dead subscribers. Because the majority of the guide viewers weren't interested in watching lore videos. They wanted mythic guides for how to play a warlock. Right? And then I moved into more random games for a while. Went back to World of Warcraft. More dead subscribers created. And then I switched to more broad MMO content. More dead subscribers are created. So the problem is, I would say that the majority of my viewer base on the main channel is dead. Like, dead subscribers. Subscribers that they no longer watch videos. So it might be time to just nuke that fucking channel and start fresh. Vesper, because it's not how YouTube works. If you understand the YouTube algorithm, you will understand why it can't really be fixed. So, what happens whenever you release a video on YouTube? Like, moments after you release the video on YouTube. The video gets sent out to your subscribers. Those are the first people that see the video. They don't send the video out to people that has never subscribed to you. They send the video out to subscribers. Then, based on how many of your subscribers watch the video, the algorithm will now start sending out the video to people that have watched your channel in the past, but maybe isn't subscribed, right? And then based on that feedback, the algorithm, so it now has the feedback from the subscribers as well as the feedback from people that watches your channel often. And then based on those two, it will decide how many new people should be able to see the video. If your base subscribers on clicking on your video, the algorithm goes, wait, this is a channel with almost 50k subscribers, but only 1,000 subscribers are watching this video. Clearly, not even the subscribers like this video, so we're not going to show this video to anyone else. That's it. It's as simple as that. And once you're fighting against the algorithm, it is fucking hard to beat the algorithm. It is well hard. Because the algorithm is right now the biggest enemy. Nebula, more general MMO stuff, you know. I want to get into... So, right now, the main channel is continuing. I'm not just calling the main channel. But I want to do more scripted stuff. I've fallen in love with making scripted videos. So I want to do more scripted videos. And I'm going to move that to a whole new channel. So the main channel will still have the same content that has been on the channel for a while. But I do think slowly but surely, I want to focus more on the scripted channel, because I'm having so much fun writing scripts, recording them, and Alex also enjoys editing them a hell of a lot more, because that's actual editing, you know? That's like actual editing. Flores, how would you fix the main channel? The same dude tried to upsell me on my car rental too, which was weird. Wait, I learned from you, from a blind rider on a pale horse in a fever dream. Single warning, what? Dude, I'm not following what the fuck you just said there. You learned from me, from a blind rider on a pale horse in a fever dream. The same dude trying to upsell me on my car rental too, which was weird. What? What would be the audience you would produce the videos for? What would be a new channel be about? Given MMOs in general, Final Fantasy, Star Wars: The Old Republic, ESO, you know, the things that I love, which is MMOs. So it would be MMO focused, so focusing on specific MMOs, but also then at the same time, maybe sometimes focusing on more MMO related stuff. So for example, the video that I'm working on right now, why do MMOs fail? That could work on the Skeptic Orc channel. No, I was just saying dumb shit. Single warning, you got me. You got me. Flores, I didn't forget about the channel. Myself and Alex just had to figure out how do we make that channel work. The biggest issue for us is time. Like, making those videos work. But in that, I also had to change my writing style a little. Because if I write every single video the same style as the author's video, I don't think Alex can produce 2 videos a week of that. Alex, what do you think? Do you think you could do 2 author-style videos a week? But a short video titled, I'd like you to do me a favor, though. And in the video, you ask people to unsub if they don't watch your videos anymore. Keep it up for a day and then unlist it. I don't even give a shit about that. Do you guys know, like, how many YouTubers don't have just one channel? Like, you guys don't understand. The vast majority of YouTubers you follow have so many dead channels that they just completely no longer upload to because it's not possible. Because it fails. It's only really the OG ones, like the really OG YouTubers, that their first channel made it big and that's the channel. Because OG YouTube was easy. Most YouTubers now usually have like 5, 6 Himaru For those of you that don't know, you should know. I can't pronounce his whole fucking name, but everyone knows Himaru, the YouTube, the World of Warcraft YouTube content creator, right? Yeah, Hiromara. However, I don't know how to pronounce that name. I usually just call him Hiru because I don't know how to pronounce the full name. But Hiru has 11 channels, of which 6 is dead. Completely dead. He started them. They never really got any views, or some of them got views in the beginning and then sort of tapered off. But you keep starting new channels. You just keep pushing. Because as you learn how to make YouTube videos, it becomes easier to make channels. I'm not going to lie. Your first channel is your hardest one. It's also the one that you make all the mistakes on. And then once you learn, okay, this is what I should not have done, this is what I should not have done, then it's easier to just make a new channel and run with that. Same content, same great content, but none of the mistakes. Gonna miss seeing your WoW lore theories. I haven't played retail since 2019, but I've watched every one of your videos and shared them. I really appreciate that, Furious. But I'm gonna be honest with all of you, I can no longer do WoW lore. I'm getting to a point now with just World of Warcraft in general where I don't feel excited when I talk about WoW. There's very little about World of Warcraft that excites me. The majority of World of Warcraft just leads me down anger because I now notice the disrespect that the Blizzard developers have for the player base. And once you see it, you can't fucking unsee it. Like, once you see that disrespect, you can't... And really, I blame Yoshi P. I'm going to be honest with all of you, I blame Yoshi P for it. Because if it wasn't for Yoshi P and Final Fantasy, I would never have thought that World of Warcraft could do better. I would have been like, well, this is the best you can do. But then in comes Yoshi P. He does like a gazillion live letters every single year where he speaks so honestly and truthfully to his player base, telling them that, like, literally apologizing that they need 2 extra weeks per patch to make sure that the content is up to like 2 extra weeks per patch. We had 9 months of fucking drought and we had not a single live letter from our fucking developer, like lead developer. It's insane. I haven't watched the live letter because I'm not in Endwalker, so I can't watch the live letter. J Preem, thanks for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then One Twang, thank you so much for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Will you consider doing a complete research period into the deep lore of Final Fantasy and give us in detail FFX of thoughts? After EU, maybe?
Yeah, I would be prepared to do that. I mean, I'm already making videos about the lore in FF14. The difference is it's very difficult to speculate with FF14 where I am now. Because, well, answers are usually provided very quickly. So there's not much to speculate on. I believe the only time you can really speculate in Final Fantasy XIV is at the end of a patch, whilst waiting for the next patch to launch. That is where the speculation lies within FF14, because it's a well-told story. You know, it's a story that actually is being told, so it's not up to the community to figure out what the fucking story is in the first place. But I'm never going to move away from speculation. I love speculation. I have ideas. Like, myself and Alex is working right now, like, super fucking hard to get a second editor in the channel. And when we get that second editor, there's even another channel that I want to make that I'm not yet ready to talk about. But there's another channel that I want to make, which is actually going to be a hell of a lot more lore-focused and story-focused than any of the other channels, but we'll see. Plans to do a video about the live later, split into non-spoiler and spoiler sections, so you can get the recap then. I will definitely watch that. As long as I don't get spoilers, because I have never cared about spoilers, but when it comes to Final Fantasy XIV, I actually fucking care about spoilers. Suffering from Yoshi P success, you are? Pretty much. I just watched your video about apologizing to Blizz. You almost got me at the beginning. Can I ask quickly, everyone in chat, how many of you almost fell for the start of the apology video? Like, how many of you were sort of going, yeah, wait, is he actually apologizing? What the fuck? I can immediately see the people that is like always in stream, because my this is that is the level of sarcasm that this stream is built on, really. I knew it was an April Fool's joke. I mean, I didn't even think about April Fool's. It's actually fortuitous that it was pretty much like 2 hours before April Fool's started in South Africa that I released the video. It's fortuitous. I did not think of April Fool's. That video, everything you see there, was done live. We actually wanted to go through just the article from Wowhead, and then when I hit record on that article, I had this idea, and I just thought, well, let's just fucking run with it, you know? Let's just go with it. Let's just pretend like we're crying and making it sad. So that was complete improv. I never planned it. It just happened. And then it just so happens that Alex finished it 2 hours before... well, actually, I think it's 4 hours. It was 4 hours before April Fool's. But there was genuinely never a plan behind that video to be an April Fool's joke. You're a pro bullshitter. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Once you've been fooled, you can't be fooled again. True. I found it interesting to hear the two sides of book review from Akalon and Balila. What did Balila say about the book review? I haven't watched that yet. Yeah, it was genuinely perfect accident. I pretty much have not picked up a WoW book since they killed off Crassus in one. Dude, I read Shadows Rising. Like, look, I want to be clear. The World of Warcraft books are actually good. Make no mistake, I'm not for a second suggesting that World of Warcraft books aren't good. The World of Warcraft books are actually a lot of fun to read. They're good books. There's one issue with the World of Warcraft books. They're supposed to be about a game. And rather than complement the game, they more often replace the game. That's my only issue with the... Like, if World of Warcraft was a novel, it would be a good fucking read. Why not? It's a good novel, it's a good story, it's a good world. But World of Warcraft isn't a novel. World of Warcraft is a game. That's my only issue. So if Balyalar had a lot of positive things to say about the book, I agree with him. I agree with him. Based on the excerpts that I've read of the book, they're good. It's a good story. There's some cringe as fuck moments in there. Don't get me wrong. Specifically where Sylvanas and Anduin plays big dick with who had the worst life. Very, very cringy. Mathos, thanks for the first time chat. Did really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The issue is I'm already paying $60 for the game. I'm paying $15 a month for the game. And then I'm expected to pay, I live in South Africa, $60 for a book. That's what it costs, by the way, to buy the World of Warcraft book in South Africa. I'm not prepared to do that. I'm sorry, but I'm not fucking prepared to do that. You either give me the story in the game that I'm already paying for, or tell me don't give a fuck about the game, we're going to put everything in the book. So then I can wait and I can pay the $60 for the book and I don't have to play the game. I feel like it's scumbaggery at the highest level, and I hate the fact that so many people are actually prepared to give them that money. At those prices, those books should be included in the sub. Adrian, I fucking wish. The reason it's so high is because my government charges import tax on books. and the import tax happens to be the same price as the fucking book. I don't know, to protect South African novelists, I guess. What I don't get, Apocalypse, you make a good point there, but what I don't understand and what genuinely pisses me off, Nimzok, thanks for the follow, dude, really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What genuinely pisses me off is why not release the book as an in-game book? It's fine, have the novel be purchasable. But why not release it as part of an in-game book as well? That you can collect and add to your little library, that you can make a literal space for players to have a library in the game. And then they can call up that book and they can read the book in the game. There's gonna be people that still buy the fucking novel.
Speaking of jokes, there's a series of official joke videos on YouTube to enjoy for yourself.
Super Cider, thank you very much. Really appreciate that. It would be good. It would fix the problem because everyone that has paid for the game and is paying the sub get to read the fucking book in the game. And then I would, for example, still buy the novel because I love the feeling of a book. I love holding a book. I hate audiobooks. I hate like digitized books. I want a book. I want to physically be able to hold the book in my hands. I love the smell of books. I just like having books. So it would be nice if it was there and if it was available for me to purchase, but I didn't have to because it already was in the game as well. I don't see the problem, Akko. If you don't give a fuck about the story of WoW, it doesn't matter. But King Julian, if you do give a fuck about the story, it does matter. And I do happen to give a fuck about the story. Destiny 2 already does this, so it can be done. However, Activision wants money. Same ass, thank you for the first time chat, dude. Really appreciate it. I didn't even know Destiny 2 did this. But of course it can be done. Right? It's not hard. It's just Blizzard wants to make money. And they want to milk their player base for all that they're worth. I told you guys before how Steve Denuser started working at Blizzard, right? I told you guys this. Shadow Rodney, thanks for the $5.
I almost believed you since your voice was cracking XD, but yeah, WTF, they tore out the story and sold it separately. Imagine if we went into Shadowlands knowing this context. Damn it, Blizzard.
Shadow Rodney, thanks for the $5. I really appreciate that. Guys, I will admit, at one point during that apology that I did, I thought about committing to full-blown crying. Because I can actually cry on cue. So if you... I can actually cry on cue. I did study acting, so just full fucking honesty there. I did study acting. I'm a pretty decent fucking actor. And I thought about it. I thought about committing to it. The problem that I immediately thought, no, maybe not, is once you commit to acting crying, you need time to recover after that. Like, it's not like you can just snap out of it and immediately be like, fine again. You have to wipe away the tears, and the tears keep coming because you've convinced yourself that you're sad. So you are fucking crying. You will produce snot. It's like a whole thing, right? And I thought, well, no, let's just have a couple of tears. If you look closely, by the way, there is a couple of tears running down my cheeks on the side of my nose during that video. So I thought that's enough. Let's not go all the way into crying. But yeah, I wanted to commit fully, but I thought, I have an entire fucking video that I actually want to make here. Let's not blow the whole thing on the improv here. There's tears, then manly tears, then Akko tears. It's a whole tier list. Okay, you say $60 are expensive. I can buy the book for 372 Turkish lira. You should be very happy that your economy is not as bad as Turkey's. Well, yeah, of course. But there's a lot of things to be happy about. My economy is not as bad as Zimbabwe's. Still doesn't make it good. Just means it's not completely fucked. So you did cry, and now you can't say you haven't cried since you were a child. But it's fake tears. So it doesn't really count as crying. Well, get rid of Bobby. come take and denuser and get better people who are less greedy and only care about the production, the product in problem solved, Echo. I don't know if you solve a problem like that easy, King Julian. It's not that simple to solve that problem. Because what we're talking about is culture. Companies, much like anything else, much like friendship groups, have cultures. And once you have a culture that have sort of developed within a company of greed, you have this culture of everything being produced to milk the last cent out of everything that you do. You don't really revert that easily. You don't just one day flip the switch and go, okay guys, by the way, we're now just making games for fun. Fuck profits. It's not that simple. More often than not, look at what Yoshi P did. What did Yoshi P do the second he walked into the position of lead developer or lead producer for Final Fantasy XIV? They had to make a number of changes. Staff were moved around. Certain staff members were moved off the project entirely. The team was basically fundamentally changed from the ground up. Because not only did he have to burn FF14 1.0, he had to burn the mindset that led to FF14 1.0. And that mindset is only really changed more often than not with firing a bunch of people or moving them to other projects, moving them out of the World of Warcraft space and getting new blood in. Like I said before, I think Ian should be replaced, but I do not believe that Ian should be replaced by someone that works at Blizzard Entertainment currently. I think Ian should be replaced by someone outside the company. Like, find someone from BioWare or from EA, from Ubisoft, or even better, someone from an indie game that is actually pretty good. Find someone from those games and bring them in as the lead developer so that they don't have this weird fucking like mindset that is just 100% profit driven. Maybe not EA. Maybe don't get someone from EA or Ubisoft because they're basically as bad as Blizzard. Find someone who just makes fun games, yeah, and then get them in. But they can't work for Blizzard already because they would already be fucked with the same mindset, if you will. Akon wants to put the last nail in the coffin. Ninja Fox, last nail for what? Oh, by hiring someone from EA. I apologize, guys. I shouldn't have said EA.
Then you're in luck. FF14 has a pair of lore books called Encyclopedian Erzea. Volume 1 is okay to read for now, but Volume 2 spoilers up to Stormblood. They're great reads.
I want to buy them. It's just very difficult to get them in South Africa, but I do want to buy the encyclopedias. I do think that Yoshi P and his team is missing out. They should really get Ian and Denuser to start working at Final Fantasy XIV. Like, the amount of money that Final Fantasy could make through transmedia is insane. There's so much story. Imagine if all that story was cut and put into multiple books. Every expansion in Final Fantasy could have like 5 books to tell the story. Because there's so much story in those expansions. What if they brought Tom Chilton or Corey Stockton back on the WoW team from their mobile project? I feel like their mindset would still be the same. Blizzard should target anyone who made a creature or boss from Elden Ring. The uniqueness in design is my favorite part of the game. Everyone keeps talking about Elden Ring, and I still don't know if I should play Elden Ring or not. I mean, short stories is fine. I want to be clear. I have no problem with multimedia. My biggest problem is transmedia. Multimedia is fine. Telling your story across multiple sort of mediums where it makes sense is fine. For example, I said this before, The Chronicles was a perfect example of what should be a book. The story of The Chronicles is very difficult to tell in the game through the game. You can tell it with an in-game book, but you can't really tell it in the game. The story of The Chronicles doesn't really, like, it's historical. It provides the overarching story of the world before the world was even a world. It's very difficult to tell those fucking stories. So that can be a book. You can have short stories. So, for example, there was a short story called the Four Horsemen. This was, I think, Shadowlands, early Shadowlands. There was actually BFA. End of BFA. There was a short story called The Four Horsemen, free of charge on the website, which told a story of the Death Knights as Sylvanas was going towards Bolvar. Pretty good story. Very nice. Would have also been nice in the game, but wasn't necessary to be in the game to still be a pretty nice read, you know? Everything fine with that. The problem with transmedia, and this is what Steve Denuser is known for, is when you remove story from the game in order to ensure that you can sell a book. So you basically look at what you have and you go, right, cut right here. That's going to go book, and then this is going to be game. And it doesn't matter that the game isn't going to make sense without the book, because we want people to buy both. So you basically create this, the game becomes an advertisement for the book, and then the book becomes an advertisement for the game. But neither of them actually give you what was advertised in the first place, which is the fucking story.
Speaking of short stories, did you read any of the short stories under Load's Tone? They have ARR stories and HW stories, so there are some that you can read that will not spoil stuff for you.
Evans, how you doing, brother? Mighty Random, thanks for the 50 bits, dude. Really appreciate it. I still need to go through the short stories on the Lodestone. We might do that next week. Maybe next week we'll go through some of those short stories on stream and read some of them before we play FF14. How many people here played Elden Ring? Let's do another poll. Fuck it. Actually, I'm going to do a different poll here. Yes. Loved it. No. Want to. Yes. Hated it. No. Don't want to. So, you can answer no. But want to. You can answer yes, I loved it. You can answer no, but I want to. You can answer yes, but I hated it. Or you can answer no, and also I don't want to. I think that's the perfect poll. Mindless behavior, best behavior, 2 fingers, butthole. Elden Ring in the beginning can be frustrating, but it gives you the satisfaction when you finally learn the enemy's movesets. I only want to watch all the lore videos about Elden Ring, not suffer through it. Elden Ring is good, even if it's your first Souls game. I'm interested to see here what people have to say. Shit, we have quite a few people who don't like it at all. We have actually no one that says, yes, I've played it and I hated it, which is very interesting. Treasure here, just jump. I like watching Asmon rage play Elden Rings, but I don't play the Souls games. What the hell does maidenless mean? Have you ever played any Soul game before? 10 minutes of Dark Souls 1. Riven, how you doing, bro? Play the game to find out. I played a Souls game before and hated it, but I like the look of Souls games. This is a good first Souls game to get into. Fair enough. Souls games can be pretty brutal, so it's understandable. There's a group who won't want to play it at all. It's a meme. You'll see if you play it. No maidens, an Elden Ring meme that you will have no concept of. Will make sense. But even after I play the game, I'll probably still have no concept of it. I'm like Blizzard when it comes to memes. I don't know them. I don't approve of memes. It's easier than other Souls games I've played. I've been promising stream that we'll give it a go. So we might pick a day next week and just go into Elden Ring completely blind and see how it goes. But I don't want to, like, not play FF14 right now. So that it's sort of like a fucking mixed bag for me right now. Because I want to play FF14, but then at the same time, I also want to play Elden Ring. Because I keep hearing things about Elden Ring, and I keep hearing people saying how good Elden Ring is. And I'm genuinely not sure what to make of it. Just quickly seeing here, because I have... Sorry, I had some DMs. Got it gifted, plays it, says how much he hates it, but still comes back to it. The open world really makes it fun, so much bosses. For my birthday this year, you are playing Return of Reckoning. Won't even make you PvP. Dude, I'm fucking not playing Return of Reckoning. You can take Return of Reckoning and shove it. I'm not fucking playing it. I'm sorry. That game looks dog shit. Why would you want me to play that? It looks crap. Warhammer Return of Reckoning just doesn't look good. I would love to see the Echo Rage and Death Counter if you do play Elden Ring. Well, there will be a lot of rage. I can promise you guys this. There will be a shit ton of rage. I don't like games that where I die over and 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 over again. I get really frustrated very fucking quickly from games like that. It's better than FF14, sure, bro. Is that why the game failed entirely? Because it is so much better than FF14? Dude, I legitimately once watched you PvP in that game during one of your streams. You were standing in one fucking spot. I kid you not. For like a good 5 minutes. One spot. Hitting one fucking spell. That's it. J Preem, thank you so much for the tier 1 sub. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very much appreciate it. Like, one spell. He was hitting one fucking heal spell, healing everyone. And it was like, oh my lord. This is boring as shite. Yeah, I'll continue spouting uninformed opinions. Thank you very much. I haven't PvP'd in FF14, so I don't know. But I don't want to play Return of Reckoning. I tell you what, Apocalypse, if we've gone through all of the other MMOs that I want to play, we'll add that to the list just so that I can have a good laugh at a bad game. React content on Discord, you have so much backlog. I know I have so much backlog. I'm well aware. But we have family stuff to board, as I said at the beginning of the stream. So today's stream was going to be shorter. In DS game, you do what must be done, and if it works, it works. It feels like a lot of people really want me to play Elden Ring. Poll time. There we go. There's another poll for you, Fox. Yeah, it's another poll. I'll buy that fucker for you. Sweets, no need to buy it for me. I mean, I can pay for it for myself. I'll see you in 10 years later, Akko, when you finally get to Endwalker. We'll get to Endwalker. Cool your jets, people. We'll get to Endwalker. I'm wondering when it's no longer hot stuff. You should have been on the bandwagon when it was fresh. Actually, Alex, not really. If you're a smaller streamer, you shouldn't try to jump on the bandwagon when it's on the bandwagon. Because at that point, I would have been competing with people like Asmongold. There's no way that people are coming to my stream instead of watching Asmongold. What I would do instead is I would pick one day a week where we play Elden Ring. The rest of the days we play Final Fantasy XIV. And we just sort of make one day, which is sort of the random day. You think stream? I think channel content. Well, yeah, but I pretty much only think stream. I don't even like think about the fucking channel content, to be honest. I should probably have played, thinking about it now, for content on the YouTube channel, I should have. Although I will say, I think dying in Elden Ring is going to be a popular YouTube piece of content for a while to come still. Like, watching compilations of a fucking streamer getting his ass handed to him in Elden Ring is going to be funny for a while. Playing off stream, probably. That's the great meme. How much you liking FF14? Warlord, I love FF14. I mean, I've said it so many fucking times. Yeah, Lulu's Clips. I've been on Lulu's Clips a couple of times, Jazz. I can't remember the last time I was on Lulu's Clips, but I've been on it for a while. Or I've been on it a few times already. I want to say, do what you want, but Shadowbringers is so good, but playing ER could be fun. If I do, Scarecrow Lady, thank you very much for the first time chat. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If I do play it, it will be just one day a week or something like that. Should focus on more detailed reviews of games. As been said this week, smaller CCs should focus on more detailed reviews of games. Polga Bob, you bastard. Thanks for the prime sub, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're a small streamer, and I see it so often from a lot of would-be streamers and sort of first-time triers, they rush after the next big thing. I did it myself. I made the same mistakes. Like a new game comes out and you immediately jump on the game because you think, oh my god, everyone's going to play it now. I'm going to blow up. The issue is you, with your like 15 to maybe 100 viewers, you are so far down the fucking list of streamers that is actually playing that game. No one is going to fucking see you. The best way for you to make a name for yourself as a streamer is find a game, stick with that game, play that game, and then keep playing it until you find an audience that is loyal to your brand. So you find people that will basically be there no matter what. Doesn't matter what you're streaming, they're there because they want to be there. They want to hang out. That's when you can jump on the bandwagon, because that's usually when the bandwagon will blow up for you. Because imagine if we're 1,000 people right now in chat, yeah? And the next big game launches. And we go, right, guys, we're going to go play that now. I'm taking 1,000 viewers to that game. Suddenly, every viewer on Twitch sees my stream, starts jumping in, and you go from 1,000 to 10,000 viewers overnight. Because you were already there with 1,000 viewers. If you're just like 100 viewer Andy, no one fucking sees you stream when it's the current game. So that's why I don't jump on the current game anymore. I'll just stick with what I do, and I stick with what I love, which is why I do just chatting streams every single day. I start with a just chatting stream, and then we play some games. Because this is actually what I love. This is what I love. Is hanging out with you guys. The gaming is sort of a side bit for me. The gaming is an aside. It's something fun to do with everyone. But like, I could easily do this as like the only streams that I do. Just this. Just hanging out and talking. Oh, then that might be the one game where I will jump on the bandwagon, Evans. I can tell you guys right now, when the new Harry Potter game launches, we will be playing that. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. When Hogwarts Legacy launches, we shall be playing that. If I have an accidental nip slip. Minion, how? This is a full-blown shirt. Do you have any idea how far this shirt would have to slip for my nipple to come out? Remember, I have moves as well, so the nips are quite a way down. Take off your shirt. You would not want to see that. Where there's a will, there's a way. Look at these fucking degenerates in chat. Yeah, but I'm used to it by now. I have all the complete morons that is not welcome anywhere else on Twitch in my fucking stream. I love it. Wait, when... Are you saying that Hogwarts Legacy isn't going to launch on PC immediately? Don't lie, Maria. The fact that you are in this chat, the very fact that you are watching this stream right now tells me two things. One, you are degenerate as fuck. You don't know where the line is. You don't know what is, like, not cool to say in front of other people. You basically say whatever the fuck you want. So you're degenerate as shit. That I know for a fact. And number two, you're most likely banned from a bunch of other channels on Twitch already because you're just an uncouth scumbag. We love you. We're glad that you're here. But let's not start fucking going, we're all angels here. Editor Crime today, Bolts of Anasbok. Nathanos, it's expected. Like, your name suggests you're a simp. I would want nothing else. I've never banned in my life before, but the degenerate part is true. I wonder how much it hurts a game to not release on PC on launch because of streamers mostly playing PC games. I mean, God of War sold through the roof and it didn't launch on PC. So I think it's fine. I'm happy to have all of you here. As long as everyone's chilling and having fun, I'm happy to be here with you guys. Wrong on both accounts. I'm not banned in anyone's chat, and I know exactly where the line is. It's way back there. I walked past it a long time ago. That's what I like to hear. Most streamers do have consoles too, especially the big streamers. I will never have a console. Fuck console gaming. Since Hogwarts Legacy already have a Steam page, I think it will release together. I support very few CCs on Twitch. Akalon, Paramonster, Luxus, and Sebi. Sebi is crazy fun to watch, I have to admit. I watch a lot of his VODs because he streams at ungodly hours for me. And then I've always been a huge fan of Pyromonster. So I can really not say anything bad about Pyro. Although he seems like he's gone like completely solo. I haven't watched these streams in a while. Ever since he left the World of Warcraft like arena and he left Twitter, is Pyromonster actually hanging out with like Final Fantasy like content creators, or is he sort of just doing his own thing now? Garen, I like the way you think. Did you hear that Pyro ripped a page from a WoW book and wiped his tears? That is like proper content. I don't blame the guy. Preach invited him to talk about FF one time. Not sure if that's going anywhere. He is on Invoker MSQ. Pyro was announcing a collab with Preach. He occasionally raids some FF streamers. I mean, Pyro pretty much, I think, had a hard time within the World of Warcraft space. It's a very closed community. The World of Warcraft content creator ecosystem is very closed. Like, if you're a new content creator trying to make a dent in that fucking community, good luck. Like, most of the top creators in the World of Warcraft space are friends with one another, or they just immediately decide that they hate you and there's nothing you can do about it. I mean, my biggest issue is the fact that I almost collab with no one. I hung out with Noble once. I hung out with Pyromonster a couple of times right at the beginning of both of our channels. But other than that, I don't really, like, I don't collab with anyone. I just sort of do my own fucking thing. I don't even raid people. I think that's a problem. I don't raid anyone. Like, any of you that's been in this stream for a long enough time will know. I usually just end the streams with, alright guys, see you later, peace. And then that's it. I don't raid shit. So you just chose Nathanos for the fun of it. I raid once or twice, but it's very, very rare. Oh yeah, we did raid that one goal from South Africa. Just have to find some creators you'd want to raid. Ready Spectre, how you doing, brother? Thanks for the first time chat, really appreciate it. To be fair though, it's gonna be difficult for me to find content creators that I want to raid. Most content creators that I come across, not all, but most, let's just say I wouldn't be friends with them IRL. And if I'm not going to be friends with you IRL, why the fuck would I raid you? Or, and this happens actually more often than not, whenever I want to raid someone, they're playing a different game to what my audience would want to see. So I'll see someone playing some fucking random ass single player game. And I'm like, dude, I really want to raid you right now, but you're not playing Final Fantasy or you're not doing this or that. What am I supposed to do now? I can't send my viewers to a game that I know most of them won't like. So that's usually why I don't raid. I just sort of do my own thing, fucking chill out. If people want to come watch, they can watch. If they don't, they don't. You know, simple as that. Stream odd times, that makes sense to raid. Am I streaming odd time? How the fuck am I streaming odd times? This is like the time where all streamers are streaming right now. This is Prime EU time. In fact, Ninja, this is Prime World time. Like, this slot is when the vast majority of the Twitch audience is online. Because you have the Americans that is now currently at about 1 p.m. Right? So a lot of them can watch at work. You have all of EU available to watch because most of them are at home right now. So it is like the perfect time. Any other time that you stream, you're basically either too early for America to start watching, and usually way too early for EU to start watching. Yeah, Asmongold fucking... Asmongold owns this time, but to be fair, like, it's not just Asmongold. There's like a bunch of different... like, there's a bunch of different content creators that is live right at this moment. I can only catch the stream on Fridays. Well, I'm happy for everyone that is here. And I do apologize that tonight's stream isn't as long as it usually is. Usually we'll go till, like, we'll go at least for another 4-5 hours usually. But I have some family in town because my family doesn't know what planning is. So no one picks up the phone and goes, oh, by the way, would you be busy this weekend? You know, we thought we'd drive down. They just sort of message you and go, oh, we're here. And I'm like, oh, well, I kind of had plans, you know. I kind of have a work week that is different to your week, so maybe you should have fucking phoned and let me know that you're gonna be here. So it kind of fucking blows, but you know, it is what it is. It would be uncouth of me to tell them, yeah, I know you drove for 2,000 kilometers, but you know, peace. I'm gonna go stream. So yeah, since today's April Fools, you can say the Elden Ring poll was a joke. Well, what did the Elden Ring poll come out to? I closed it before I could see. Well, most people want it. 28 people, 67% of the people voting in the poll wants Elden Ring. So we might give it a go. I have so many games that I have to try. Specifically MMOs. So many MMOs that we have to try. And I want to try all of them on stream. Chance it over Easter? Garen, true. I think that's why they decided to come this weekend. But look, I'm not going to pretend like I'm completely sad. I'm going out to dinner. So, you know, getting dinner out of it is always good. I'm not going to lie. Because fuck knows, if I'm not being dragged out of my house, I'm not leaving my house. So I could always go to restaurants, but since no one makes me go to restaurants, I don't go to restaurants. We also need to do Total Warhammer 3 co-op sometime too. Yes, we do. It's the only reason you didn't say. I've got stream free. Well, not free. I have to pay for it. Look, I'm no longer a child, Apocalypse. Like, there's not a single person in my family that goes, oh, by the way, let's go out to dinner. My treat. It's usually like, let's go out to dinner. Everyone pays for themselves. There's no free dinner. I haven't had a free dinner in years, actually. May as well just play the Warhammer Online community server. EOR is good for me since I'm working and I don't need to look at the game 24/7. I can make time for when you fuck up or on a boss. I'm saying no matter how old you are, if you are being dragged out, they are paying. That's not really how that works. Not in my family, at least. In my family, everyone fucking pays their own way. I prefer it that way, gonna be honest. So I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like it's a problem for me. I prefer paying for myself. The problem with someone else paying is now you owe them. And I don't like owing people shit. I'd rather pay for myself and I don't own anyone anything. Like, I don't owe anyone anything. Take myself money to pay for your dinner, not for cocaine. Dude, I'm still gonna buy cocaine with it. What kind of man do you think I am? After dinner, it's hookers and cocaine. I ain't no pussy. In my family, we have to specify if people need to pay for themselves. If you get invited to a restaurant, it's sort of just accepted here that everyone pays for themselves. It's like, for example, when you invite someone to a bring and barbecue, I guess, would be the translation that you guys could follow. But a bring and barbecue means everyone comes out for a barbecue and everyone brings their own meat. Wait, what am I reading here? Alright, let's quickly see this. Am I reading this right? Because it reads to me like it's saying Sylvanas only jumped off Icecrown because the Valkyr were secretly compelling her to with mental torture. What? She had achieved nothing at all, save continuing to exist out of perhaps pure stubbornness. Now there was no reason to continue that existence, that failed attempt to hold back eternal night long enough for revenge. Sylvanas knew she had been destined for peace upon her death, for rest, a reward for sacrificing her life freely and courageously to save others. But that had been the Ranger General's destiny, not the Banshee Queen's, and now, too late, Sylvanas understood. 9 Valkyr hovered silent as Sylvanas stood atop the peak of Icecrown Citadel, pulling memories out of her head to torment her. But she had one last act of defiance left in her. Stay back and stay out of my head. The leap, freely taken, to perhaps the only place in this or any world that could mean certain death to the nigh indestructible Sylvanas Windrunner. A long fall to impale herself upon the jutting spikes made from blood of a god. Why are they rewriting that part of Sylvanas' story? Like, I don't understand. Why are they rewriting that part of Sylvanas' story? Because it doesn't seem to me like you need to rewrite that part of the story. Sylvanas jumped off the top of Icecrown Citadel because her mission was done. It was over. In fact, if you read Age of Night, it clearly describes that after the fall of the Lich King, she felt empty. Because all she had lived for, the only reason Sylvanas came back and kept doing what she was doing, was to kill Arthas Menethil. And with Arthas now dead, she had no interest in actually going on. Like, she now wanted to die. Remember, Sylvanas never chose to come back. She wasn't given a choice. Arthas made that choice on her behalf. So for Sylvanas, it was always the sort of one final act before I can put an end to myself. Now they're making it seem like she wouldn't have jumped if it wasn't for the Valkyr that were sort of pulling the memories out of her and tormenting her with it. It's like, why change that? Why rewrite the original story of Sylvanas Windrunner? Because it doesn't have to be rewritten. It's good as it is. It's fine. You could literally leave it like that and everyone would be fucking happy. I don't know what Blizzard is doing, dude. Wow, the jailer comes off as actually mysterious in a good way and intimidating here. What went so wrong with him? Dude, I'm just gonna say it straight up. It's not just in this that the jailer comes out as actually mysterious. It's throughout the whole book. They actually make the jailer seem like a full-fledged character. And above all arrogant to think that her deeds would not have consequences. She saw only darkness, but it was not empty. It was not oblivion. This was brutal cognizance, painful, agonizing presence. Even though she lacked a body with which to physically feel, emotions ripped her apart from inside her own awareness. Agony, fear, regret. These were the weapons, the things around her used to torture a soul. As a mortal torturer used pincers, racks, and shears to physically torture the body, but the body had its blessed, welcome limitations, unconsciousness, death, and ending. This did not. The gleeful, targeted torment would have no end ever. No becoming numb to the pain, no disassociation from the physical. Nothing between her and the agony, each twist and revelation more painful than the next. Sylvanas would have screamed, but she had no mouth. The single word came, thundering through the cacophony of silent excruciation. Enough! And the torment ceased. Though the horrible memory continued. How could she see with no eyes, move with no body? You perceive this plain, because I will it to be so. Could she speak? Yes. Show yourself then. The darkness lightened slightly, shifting from utter blackness to a shadowy grey-green gloom. Before her loomed an enormous shape, not merely large, but vast, powerfully built. He was human-like, but on a gargantuan scale. Around him were manacles and broken chains with links larger than she was tall, scattered on the stone floor. The being was swathed in shadow, save for the hazy glow of blurry runes running along his spread arms, around his waist, and on his lower face. He was barefoot and bare-chested, remnants of what must once have been armor on his lower arms, waist, and neck. He still wore pieces of chains, their ends glowing brightly with magic. Sylvanas sensed eternity weaving around and through him. This is the Maw. Only those utterly beyond redemption are banished here, and here they will be tortured for all time. Sylvanas regarded the figure. Now that the pain had receded, she could at least attempt control of her seething emotions, and chose to focus on the being. You were a prisoner, she said. I still am. Then who rules this more? I am the jailer here. His words were riddles. She decided to press him. You claim to be both prisoner and jailer. What a curious fate you have chosen. The deep voice grew bitter. No one is here by choice, Sylvanas Windrunner. He knew her. If my decisions brought me here, didn't yours as well? Sylvanas asked. Your mortal mind does not yet understand, he replied, his voice wary but patient. The greatest deception that the Makers ever perpetrated was to fool us into believing that we have a choice in any facet of our existence. The words struck her. She sensed the truth in them. And what do you know of my choices? She moved closer and saw that his skin was a hue of grey, similar to her own, though she still could not make out the runes scribed into his flesh. You have fought so hard for freedom, Sylvanas Windrunner, for control. It is a battle that I have fought as well, and one that I have witnessed play out across the eons more times than there are numbers to count. And all those battles, courageous and foolhardy alike, were for naught. I fought for and won free will, jailer, Sylvanas shot back. The instant I could, I wrested control back from my tormentor. I killed when I wished, who I wished, and when the vengeance I sought was denied me, I ended my life as I wished. Would you guys have liked this jailer in the game? He sighed, and his next words were tinged with what could almost be compassion. I am Zuval. Before I was the jailer of this place, I reigned over the realms of death from the precipice of eternity itself. I stood as arbiter over every mortal soul whose brief flicker of life had sputtered out. In an instant, I knew the entirety of their existence, and time after time, do you know what I saw? Fragile beings left to the fickle whims of fate. Their world, their kin, whether they were wise or simple, hale or sickly, these things were forced upon them. From the moment they drew their first breath until they exhaled their last, the choice was never theirs. And when their lives ended, it was my duty to decide their soul's fate for all eternity. Anger flared as she thought of her own life, the decisions made for her. No, I refuse to believe this nonsense. Most deny it. A few eventually accept it. But no one can escape it. Because escape has never been a part of the Maker's grand design. No one escapes them all. This was back, of course, before everyone escapes them all. I'm assuming, right? This book was probably written before every single fucking person and their mother and brother can get out of them all. No one escapes the maw or any of the infinite afterlives forged to bind mortal souls. From its conception to execution, and throughout all that has been and is, the design is gravely, cruelly, and worst of all, indifferently flawed. When Arthur struck her down, Sylvanas had felt, just for a moment, the peace that had awaited her. Had that been part of this flawed design? How could her situation, her death, at the hands of Arthas from the blade of Frostmourne, how could that have been inevitable? Her mind, still reeling from the cacophony she'd endured earlier, could not wrap itself around such a thing. Not yet. And so she focused on something else. Why are you here? She asked him. She did not care, but as long as he was speaking to her, the torment had ceased. And she did care about that deeply. What was your crime? I dared to defy the will of the Makers. I sought to break their flawed design, to replace it with a better one. And for this, my own kin condemned me to this unjust fate. A fate I must share with the damned, broken souls I oversee. Again, Sylvanas thought of all she had endured in life and in undeath. Resentment, drowned out by blind agony, crept in again. In many ways, your story echoes my own, the jailer continued. We were both betrayed and broken. I, too, was torn asunder, and I understand well what it is like to feel achingly, eternally incomplete. He lifted his grey, hairless head. His eyes glowed the same hue as the blur of runes that led from either side of his nose down his face, one in the center of his forehead. Her gaze drifted down to the gaping chasm in the center of his chest. Something in Sylvanas was terrified by that sight, a fear deep and primal. Had she hands of flesh, she would have clutched at her own lifeless heart. How often had it seemed to her that her chest was simply devoid of one? Sylvanas thought of her death, of how Arthas's hatred and petulance had ripped bliss away from her when it was almost hers. How the world she gazed upon with unliving eyes seemed a shadow of the one that haunted her memories. They ripped out your heart, she murmured. Far more than that, the jailer said. I sought to change the fate of all, and for that, I was torn in two. They took the essence of my power and fashioned a new arbiter, one without a will to defy the grand design. Then my own brother carved into my flesh the runes that were meant to bind me for eternity. Her eyes focused on the glowing symbols, and for the first time the hazy shapes hardened into crystal clarity, and in that instant, she summoned forth the Banshee's wail to shatter the darkness with her rage. Frostmourne, you bear the mark of the blade that ended me. The jailer's voice remained cold, dispassionate. A blade designed by the vengeful mind of my brother. The same brother who used these words of domination to bind me. Her mind raced. Could what he said be true? Could all the destruction and torment inflicted upon her world by Arthas Menethil be architected by the same cruel beings that created this jailer? Her soul blazed like fire at the thought of it. You see it now, do you not? Dude, I want to be honest with you. They should have given us this fucking jailer. I don't think this is the jailer, by the way. If anything, I think this is someone else. You want to know why? The jailer I know does not speak this much. I am convinced that the jailer can't string a paragraph together. At most one word, maybe one sentence. But a whole paragraph with different words and different inclinations in an actual conversation? I've not seen anything like that in the game yet. This should have been in the game since at least Legion. You know, turn out the jailer in-game isn't actually the jailer. Well, that's why they had to put it in a game. That time is different in the Shadowlands. It's the only way he could get that many words out. True, I suppose. Well, Tobacco, it turns out Zaval was an out-of-season April Fool's joke. None of us laughed. I mean, it might have been. But this jailer actually serves... Like, Ian Bates is correct here. The red shirt guy is correct. This jailer is interesting. There's something about him that makes you feel sorry for him, but at the same time, you still don't know if you should trust him. He has character. There's an actual character now. If only this was in the game, you know, when the game fucking launched. That would have been great. Chi-Chi, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. Really happy to have you here. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I've watched that already, Prenasek. We already reacted to that video. I'm well aware of it. Demonoids, thanks so much for the follow. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm very happy for everyone that decided to come out and sort of hang out. Very happy to have all of you here. So can I quickly hear, by show of hands, well, not show of hands, show of words, what's everyone up to this weekend? Is there anyone that has any plans that isn't just playing video games? Trying to play Lost Ark? Work? Nothing. There is nothing to do. And I am bored as all hell. And plan that far ahead. Building new PC. Gym work. TV binge. Playing Elden Ring. I wish I had plans. I want to work out. And I do. I'm probably going to go to the gym as well tomorrow. I went to the gym this afternoon. Probably going to go tomorrow as well. Chasing the dragon. Easy. I'm selling baby ducks. I've been trying to go to the gym. Dude, going to the gym is so much fun. It genuinely just makes life a hell of a lot easier. Because going to the gym makes almost everything else just fall into place a hell of a lot better. I don't know why. It maybe doesn't make sense to everyone, but going to the gym just makes everything else feel a little bit easier. Alison, how are you doing? How many days are you fasting for? For the month of Ramadan. Oh shit. I don't think I could do a month. Like, I can do 3 days of fasting, sort of easy life. But a month is fuck long. Going to the gym with several women in their yoga outfits. I'll try to catch the cat that's been meowing in my window all night. I nearly do it every day. I nearly went on Monday. Tolling, thanks for the Prime sub, dude. Really appreciate it. Welcome to the most degenerate chat on Twitch. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Very happy to have you here, bro. F14, but never say no to a good drink if someone invites me, of course. Yeah, of course. Although I usually say no to anyone inviting me to go out drinking. I can do a bunch of things. Drinking isn't one of them. I don't like going out drinking. But, ladies and gentlemen, I fear this is the end. This is the end. I have to go soon. So I'm gonna bid you all farewell. I enjoy your content on YouTube and wanted to stop by and show some support. Telling, I really appreciate it. Thank you also for the first time chat. I hope that we will see you back here again. I will be back on Monday. So for those of you that are subs to the channel and already have your Discord linked, I will be live again on Sunday for the Q&A, and then right after the Q&A, we will go live again for exclusive stream. So every Sunday there is an exclusive stream for patrons, channel members from YouTube, as well as patrons. Twitch subs, patrons, and channel members from YouTube. So I hope to see you there on Sunday. And then on Monday, we should be back on Twitch. No, actually, we won't be back on Twitch on Monday. We'll be back on Twitch on Tuesday. Because Monday we have the Shill Show. Not the Shill Show. The Lovecraft episode that is also done live for YouTube members and patrons. So I'll probably see all of you back again on Tuesday. Tuesday we'll probably do some React content, some just chatting content, and then Final Fantasy 14. Because I really want to see what the future is for Yotsu. So, may actually just keep playing. What's Andy's channel, Apocalypse? We could give him a raid. What's he playing? I don't think I'm following him, because I definitely don't see him live. Yeah, I'm not seeing him live. Hold up, let me just quickly... All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is one of the mods of the channel. So, at least go say hello to him. He's like only, like, he's literally streaming for himself, I think. So at least go say hello to him, go hang out for a bit. Take care of yourselves, have a wonderful weekend. As always, be kind to each other, be good to each other, and I will see all of you in the next one. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for spending your time with me. Peace out, fam.